KFCB, 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 KFCB ni Kenya Film Classification Board.
Yeah. KFCB tunatia to BD, ndio maana kila time tuna sign those papers, tunafanya vitu zina come through. So come ni kuoneshe hii plan, ndio maana leo tuko hapa tunawa teach, wanna learn, wanna get to pursue what they need. Yeah.
Here courtesy of CAFiL, we want to learn more about film so that we can be able to disseminate all the information to the creatives within Machakos County.
I am an upcoming artist from Kirinyaga County, and we are here for the KFCB CAFiL program. And I want to tell KFCB, karibuni sana Kirinyaga.
I'm a student at Maseno University. I'm undertaking a bachelor's degree in communication and media, and I'm also a musician. So we are here at Golf Hotel in Kakamega to attend the CAFiL program, a courtesy of KFCB.
I'm a model and a creative. Today I attended the CAFiL, that is the Creative in Arts and Film Literacy, courtesy of the Kenya Film Classification Board, and I really learned a lot, especially in terms of regulatory insights, content creation and monetization.
CAFiL is a program that we use to empower, educate and cooperate and work together with the creatives in the arts and film sector, so that we tell them how to be able to create clean content and to be able to monetize that content. So far we've gone to several counties. We've been to Mombasa, we've been to Nakuru, we've been to Embu, Kirinyaga, Nairobi, we've been to Nyeri, we've been to Eldoret, and we've been to Machakos. And we thought before the year ends, we come to Kakamega.
An overview of our mandate. We regulate 5 areas of the film creation, where if you want to make any film in Kenya, you have to get a license from us. Broadcasting, we ensure that all the films or audiovisual content that is being exhibited on our broadcasting stations, they have complied with our law, whereby those particular films have been brought to us, they have been classified. And when I talk of classification, I'm talking of the ratings that we give, PG, GE, 16, 18, or we restrict. Distribution, we ensure that any film that is being distributed also has been classified. Possession, we ensure that you're not in possession of any film that has been restricted by us. And exhibitors, talking of the cinema theaters, video shows, they also have to ensure that before they exhibit any film content to the public, that particular content has been classified by us.
Classification is not guided by emotions, is not guided by subjectivity, but there's there's objectivity when applying classification. So when I'm sitting down and reviewing content, I'm not relying on my own biases, where I come from, what I know, my ideologies, but I'm guided by certain guidelines. So when you are coming up with the guidelines, also looking at what Article 24 says about restricting people's right to of expression. So that's why we have these guidelines, and these guidelines are developed with the stakeholders. So we'll go around, we'll bring everyone, we'll bring in the parents, we'll bring in the content creators, we'll bring in the exhibitors, the media, and ask them, these are the guidelines that we've come up with. What do you think? Are they sufficing for us? Are they good for us? Remember, when it comes to classification, there's no universal classification. Each and every country have their own classification. Some people will go and buy, you'll go outside and come with a movie. It's rated PG-13 in the US. But when it comes here in the country, it's not PG-13 here. Probably it's 16 or it is 18, because we are operating in different contexts. Our cultures are not the same. Our values are not the same. What we consider good is not the same. So we have to have a guidelines that speaks to the people of Kenya. We talk about Article 11 of the Constitution. What does it represent for us as a nation?
And licensed film agents, filmmakers, distributors and exhibitors. In other words, we are involved in the regulation of the film making value chain, all the way from creation to when you avail your content to the market. We classify content, that is meant for distribution, exhibition to the public. All the platforms on which you upload your content are monitored by the board, be it a broadcast platform, social media platform. We monitor and ensure that that content is compliant. We give consumer advice on content viewership. So when you see the ratings here, this is basically what we're saying, that this content contains certain classifiable elements so that you choose to consume it knowingly. And of course, we prescribe and develop guidelines on film regulation in the country.
Film is rated either as G, PG, 16 or 18. So whenever we are issuing these classification labels, most to distributors, they need to attach or affix either of these to that particular film with the rating, because it will always indicate the rating.
I'm a film student, so I wanted to ask if maybe during the holiday period, I'm at home, then I find myself with a camera, then I decide to write a script and shoot a film, maybe a feature film or short film. How are you going to rate my film?
Content creator has a series of, like someone like Abel Mutua who does his show. Do you have capacity to regulate all this stuff that content creators are creating on a daily basis?
2022-2023, we developed regulations, what are called self-classification regulations. These self-classification regulations will allow entities, the VODs, the OTTs, and the broadcasters to classify their own content, and then we will just monitor.
A gratis filming license is basically a license that you obtain from the board, but you don't pay for it. It's free of charge. But it's only issued to the students through their institutions for purposes of fulfilling their course requirements.
With the evolving kind of technology, how, as a body, are you going to regularize or regulate personal content that we are watching?
You're working with TikTok, you're working with the Meta to ensure that content that goes on that platform are compliant with our provision.
We as the deaf community who are film producers, I don't know whether we're also supposed to bring our films to you people to classify them.
The board has invested and has trained officers in sign language. So we have officers trained by the board in sign language. But then also for us, it's also something to think about further. Instead of just training our own staff, we can also involve the people who are deaf in the classification of film.
We appreciate the partnership we are having with the Kenya Film Classification Board, and we can only get it better. I hope to get into a discussion with the CEO on how we can better collaborate and better partner to improve the kind of investment and the kind of programs that we are having as a ministry to ensure that the young people are better served.
I have heard people complaining about the cost of licenses and necessary payments to different agencies. And I want to tell our partners and our guests, kuku tutawapatia mrudi nayo nyumbani, lakini please lower. For the sake of these people, lower.
We are humbled to have been invited to this forum because creative economy is very key in our county. And there are so many things that are happening. Remember, Nairobi is the county with all the cultures coming in. It's a melting pot of all cultures. And we need to make sure that we document, we capture everything, and through film, we can be able to do that.
There was passion in wanting to do something, but there was lack of knowledge of how do you go about it, because you really need to begin with the end in mind. And in mind, I think KFCB people spoke about it, is who's your target market? Who are you targeting your production for? Otherwise, some of these productions can be efforts in futility if it's not well thought out. And that's where now the mentorship programs for the artists come in. We will be inviting various speakers to help us build capacity and depth to our creatives. So as they begin a journey, it's a journey that has some better structure.
The illiterate of this century will be those who won't be able to learn, relearn, and unlearn. We all think that we know how the film industry works, how to get money in creativity, but this is our chance to learn more and to make money out of it.
If you look at the sector before, a lot of creatives were saying that there are so many areas that they need to get information from. So they go to this government office, then another, then another. So what we've done is that we brought all those government agencies together in what the government calls whole of government approach. So we've brought about 7 agencies together with us to be able to speak to the creatives. These are agencies that regulate within the audiovisual sector. So we have
issued to foreigners who come to the country, and on this specific point of KFCB or filming industry, you can either, okay, there's a long list of classes of permits, but those who are coming here to film are likely to get their work permit as Class D or Class G.
Before you purchase a drone, you must purchase from an approved entity by Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. These approved entities are in our website. If you go to Kenya Civil Aviation website, you go to where it is ASSR, you'll go to unmanned aircraft. In that unmanned aircraft, you will find a list of commercial operators, reseller, distributor approved within the country. You also have training organization that are approved. So that website will give you all that information, even the charges.
Collective management organizations are organizations which are created by members or right holders who come together and grant that organization the power to collect or to license, collect license fees and distribute as royalties.
Authority for you to film within KWS managed parks and reserves. So the filming within these parks and reserves is guided by the Film and Stage Plays Act, Cap 222, as well as the WACMA 2013. Under Section 79 and 80, we talk about licenses and also the wildlife user rights. So we've classified commercial photography and filming as one of the non-consumptive wildlife user rights. If you've worked with us before, since before September of 2013, we were handling and processing any filming authorities manually. So nowadays, what is required of you is that you launch your application for the FA through the eCitizen portal. So then approval has to be granted before you embark on any kind of filming. So we've categorized filming in 2. We have the standard filming, whereby we see them as the usual and straightforward kind of filming. But for special ones, we've seen that these require special permissions and perhaps the use of specialized equipment, such as the UAS. You may require to go off-road or use the underwater systems.
The idea of bringing our other regulatory partners on board was great, because now everybody was imparting from a knowledgeable point of view. It was so participatory, the questions were great, and even the feedback that we've received from the participants is awesome. They are very happy with this.
We realized that most of the content creators, including film producers who are already well established, who are raising issues that there is a lot of information that they need to have, but this information is spread in so many areas. So what we did is first to bring everybody that operates in that industry, all the regulators who operate within the audiovisual creative sector, we brought them together. So we create the handbook, a handbook that we've already distributed to the creatives who are here and the members of the press, and the handbook that we've already distributed to all the areas that we've gone to. We've gone to Kisumu, we've gone to Nakuru, we've gone to Embu, Nairobi, Mombasa, and we've been able to distribute this handbook to all the creatives in those areas.
Unanitext, unanicall kutoka jana, sare ufala, sidai the drama, ulinishow, unanipenda, we ukalost, ukanighost.
Thank you very much to KFCB for bringing this program here to us, because we have learned a lot. The criteria in filmmaking, how to make clean content, and how to go through the regulations, what you need, basically everything that we needed to know as actors, so that we will never find ourselves on the wrong side of the law.
I am Yusuf, Malenya,
Alois, and Angie from
Catchwood Production
in Kakamega County, County 037.
Attending the CAFiL program, courtesy of KFCB, and the message is
Create clean content.
Hashtag
Usani safe for all.
Tunapotea kwa kukosa information, kukosa kujua. Leo nimejua nimepotea kwa njia fulani na nimejua nitaifuata.
Umebeba chungo unawezanguka nayo kiwilisraburu wabebe. Mara moja ni dawa, lakini design umeiva, lazima take action, ndo nikigodha nitagodha tena.
I've learned a lot as a content creator, and I just wish for them to have more such programs in Kirinyaga County for us artists and content creators, so that we can be able to learn more and more.
Oh, Atoti, mbona umeamua kumfanyia hivi mama? Atoti hakumwomba hata so, juu alitoka familia ya Kiso. And I'm sure hizi red flags he saw, he just chose to ignore. Because you can't tell me he didn't know that mtegemea nduguye hufa maskini na mtegemea bibie ukula ngumu.
I appreciate you guys coming to give us the knowledge, and but I'll also like to know what's the follow-up on the whole issue after we've done all this, and how can we work together as creatives in Machakos to better our skills and yes, and to make more money.
Today I'm attending the CAFiL program organized by KFCB.
We are students from MTC Machakos campus attending a CAFiL program organized by KFCB. Yay!
I can say that the program and the entire thing since morning has surpassed the expectations that I had.
Today we have seen over 350. They have come to learn, engage, and also consult. And also in the Q&A, they have asked so many questions.
Where we are youths from 20 wards across Kirinyaga country, and I'm sure quite a number of fields are not able to make it here. So if maybe they decentralized it and maybe brought it per each sub-county, that would be so good, because many more youths are going to be reached. And I mean, we're in the era where media is giving youths at least some money. So learning whatever we are learning, especially about the tax and everything, it's going to be such a mind opener for everyone.
Being here today has helped me to learn so many things, and now I'm going now to pursue my vision and knowing what to do. Yes.
As you operate as a filmmaker, you are required to have a license, and this license is for 12,000 shillings. And apart from this license, there are also some other requirements as a filmmaker to record your films. And there is also some regulations that have to be in adjacent to the Kenya Film Classification, such as your content, such as the images that are being consented, and also there is something known as consent of the people. You cannot do a film or photo or video outside there without somebody's consent.
I deal with a lot of teens and children growing up, and so I use film, I use art, and I use different pieces from different content creators to bring forth my mentorship message. So I want to know, my framework. How far can I go? What do I need to require in terms of a certification, what document, and stuff like that. And so that is really my main area today.
It's very educative, it's very informative, and as an actor, this is, I know someone might ask me, Where do I get my next job? This is where you get your next job. This is where you come for it. You get investors, you meet people who want to know what you do, how you do it, and why you do it.
Because for a minute I've been driving a drone and I never knew the regulations that I need to have. So I've learned about it, and especially the fact that I want to venture into sports and wildlife photography. Now I already know what I require and how I need to go about it.
I really learned a lot, especially in terms of regulatory insights, content creation and monetization.
At first, they need to comply with the government regulations, as we have been briefed by Kenya Film Classification Board. Once they are regulated by the government, they will be ready for to run their businesses without anything that maybe might cause disturbance in their businesses.
First, I will start by commending CAFiL for just enlightening us, because I have come to realize about the collaborations they have from all the way from KCAA to all the way to KWS, and they are just joining partnerships which are ensuring that there is great and filming in Kenya.
Na thank God nilikupata first cause walai bila wewe singefua mistari za my verse zenye zilikuwa zimepotea na kuniacha blank. Upande wa roho umenitilia heart attack cause your love and care imeattack my heart.
I'd like to appreciate the guys who organized this event, and I would also request it to be done more to other people so that they get more enlightened. They get to know more about these talents they have, how they can use them better, and also get to align with the rules that are there.
Kingine pia ambacho tumejifunza cha mwisho ambacho niko sure watu wapendi sana ni ushuru. Kwa hivyo hizi kazi tunazofanya za usanii lazima zilipiwe ushuru, na hiyo itakuwa sawa kabisa. Kwa hivyo ili kongamano limekuwa la umuhimu zaidi kwa wasanii ambao wamefika hapa, mimi binafsi nikiwemo. Kwa hivyo nikitoka hapa nitakuwa a better person than I came.
I've really enjoyed the seminar today. It was quite educative. Now we know that we can still produce good content, clean content for the viewers, and we still make money as we become government compliant of their regulations. We are happy and well.
So this is the first time that Kenya Wildlife Service, Kenya Revenue Authority, Department of Immigration, Office of Data Protection Commissioner have come together to address the needs of the industry. And I believe that with that concerted effort, the industry will be able to grow forward with information at their fingertips, because they have been provided with a handbook that has all the agencies' mandates and their role in the film industry. And with that, plus their websites and the links to register if you want to register with any agency. So they have every information they need within that booklet. So going forward, we'll invite as well more agencies to come on board so that we can be able to give a one-stop shop at any given program to address the creatives.